MaJaMa Jams is brought to you by this Cossack. No, the other one.
This informative video is meant to be watched in companion with this week's episode of MaJaMa Jams. It has been created to help you, the viewer, discern right from wrong throughout the duration of the following episode. We will begin with a short trigger test. Were you aroused? Gross. Over the next hour, you may be tempted to think to yourself, maybe sex with fish is normal. It isn't. Not even for Italians. The following examples are a simple guide to set your orientation in the right direction. Do not have sex with this. Do not have sex with this fish. This does not arouse you. This is not sexy. You prefer sex with human beings. We hope you have taken this opportunity to educate yourself on the immoralities of aquatic animal erotica. Please use the information provided to realize your limits and remember, don't f*** that fish.
MaJaMa. MaJaMa. MaJaMa.
Welcome back, everyone, to MaJaMa Jams, a show where we discuss other people's work to avoid doing our own. And welcome back, guys, for our next installment here in the Halloween Sleepover Pit, a set that we have constructed to look into this camera instead of that one. We switched up the camera placement, so that take can't be blamed on me, but on Matthew's idea in this gradually scoliosis worsening pit. But we're here comfy, guys. We got our robes and pajama pants on, and we're hanging out all October long with you, our favorite people in the world to have fun and share movies with. And today, if I may be so bold, like the ginger ale I just drank out of Mateo's fridge, I believe we have a really true, gosh darn, honest to heck humdinger of a movie today.
You have a fridge?
Yeah.
Shit, he knows now. He knows now. We're going to have to share.
I had the idea of my uncle, the refrigerator, looking at that fridge.
That's where it came from.
It's true. You haven't started on that yet.
Started on what?
It's almost like it was a skit that just went nowhere.
Oh, terrific.
So, a little bit about our selection process. Matteo Molinari will send to us 70,000 different movies, which throughout the course of the day I naturally forget. So this one's...
During the course of the day, you forget reading the list.
This one was pitched to me with a video of some animatronic Chuck E. Cheese-esque videos playing in a room. And he said, hey guys, this Italian guy,
Al Passeri.
Al Passeri, made these creatures, and he actually has a movie called Creatures from the Abyss from 1994, but looks like 1974. And I said, well, these creatures are interesting looking. They look a little wacky, like knockoff Chuck E. Cheese in the 70s, with those scary, weird, ultra-lifeless, two-human pupilled eyes that animatronics have sometimes.
Leave me alone.
So, my first question is, Matteo, where did you find this? Who is this guy? How did this happen? When did this occur? Apparently, he's some sweet-looking Italian guy shooting in Miami, Fla. So, before we even get into the plot, set up the viewers for the breakdown of this weird little gem. Because this is great, guys. It's fucking weird. It's flipping weird as hell. And it's going to be fun as hell. But first, the backstory.
I found this movie in a store.
Okay. So, let's
So-
start with our breakdown.
Yes.
We start with some teens running.
Wait, do you really not? You just literally found it and chose it randomly?
No, I knew of this, and I know that the guy. I mean, I know the guy.
This is your uncle or cousin?
No,
Would you know him personally?
no, but I knew
Is
him.
this your son?
Yes, it's me.
Oh, is this your son?
It has been me all along. I knew him from special effects in Italy, in Italian movies,
I'm sure, very special.
like
effects.
the ever so popular Alien 2 on Earth. A classic movie
Is that an asylum film?
No, but it's a movie that came out coincidentally 1 year after Alien, and coincidentally they called it Alien 2, but it was a very long trial, and eventually they managed to win it because there was an obscure, I think, Mexican movie in the 50s called Alien, and so they say, hey, we could be the sequel of that.
What about that film? Wouldn't they sue them?
They didn't know of it. Probably everybody was dead by then. But anyways, Alien 2 on Earth is also a horrendous movie.
I have to drink something.
The alien is also on Earth.
Alien 2 on Earth, yes.
But this is not an Italian production.
yes,
It's
yes,
just an
it's
Italian.
It's an Italian production shot in Fla. Shot in Miami Fla. As it's very clearly
Perhaps
stated.
that's how it used to be abbreviated in the 90s. And then once it became a U.S. territory in 1997,
Yes.
They changed
say,
it
no,
to FL.
too long. On the map, we need to
quick, Johnny!
remove the A and the dot.
Plus, you put the location at the very end of, like, let's just set it up. Hey, these kids are running on a beach,
Yes.
they're running towards the ocean with a raft. Where are we? Oh, Miami, Florida. You don't wait until the entire scene is over, then put Miami, Florida for a second before the credits start to roll, thinking that the Miami Fla is part of the credits sequence. Like,
Yes.
that's the name of the movie? Or
Is-
the
is
production
yes,
company?
Miami Fla
No,
presents.
they're actually not in Florida. The place is called Miami Fla.
Yes.
in Spain.
Miami, comma, Fla, period.
What do you think?
It's I was curious. I knew that he had a knack for doing special effects, or he was to a degree on a minor scale, but kind of like a Carlo Rambaldi guy. He built
Because of the Italianness?
because of the Italianness and because of the tone of entrepreneur. For instance, he was in his hometown. He was famous because he built a rickshaw with for two people, and on the bicycle there is a skeleton pedaling, and actually there is an engine underneath the rickshaw. But if you look at it, it looks like if the skeleton is actually driving you on the street.
That sounds awesome.
This is awesome.
It's very mechanical,
Who directed Cat in the Hat? Is it Bo Welch?
probably.
Well, look, this guy's known for special effects, and this is his first movie. Looks like this is a Bo Welch with Cat in the Hat situation.
What?
Excellent deep cut reference. Bo Welch was a set designer and took their first step up
You don't
to
know what it
directing
is.
with Cat in the Hat, which is why that movie looks like it was well set designed. I'm pretty sure that's right.
That movie looked like it was well set design.
Top of the poster from Roger Ebert.
Yes.
All right. Well,
Joe Johnson, who won the Academy Award for special effects of Raiders of the Lost Ark, among the others,
Captain America.
he direct later on, yes, but he direct. I think that his debut was Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and then he did The Rocketeer, and then Jurassic Park 3.
Thank you.
Alan.
Jack Johnson did the soundtrack for Curious George.
And the song Banana Pancakes.
Isn't that the soundtrack?
Cut to half a second of Banana Pancakes here.
Make you banana pancakes.
So, I asked that just because this movie is one of those ones, guys, it seems like it was unearthed from a time capsule hidden in a dead corpse's ass in the middle of the sea. It seems absurd that this was just available somewhere, and
No,
that's why I asked.
This is the classic Italian movie that pretends to be in America. They say, oh, let's write something.
There were a few signs throughout the film that you can kind of tell, but
Don't listen to him after what we've been through. He still wants to kid around.
Strange that on a night like this, There's nobody in the pilot house.
Weird shit.
Yeah, but what do you know about computers? The one in the lab isn't like the toy you have at home.
Well,
Yeah.
Pretty fluid throughout.
This is my next question is
What is it?
What is the process which gives us both the awfulness and the godly comedy? What is the process? Shoot in Italian, dub over in English?
Oh, Paranormal Activity.
I think that there is a bunch of circumstances. One is that the Italian tradition of writing something, and it's good the first thing that you write. You don't pay attention if the dialogue is natural.
This
or
is a
something.
napkin. Let's go with it.
Yes.
Are you crazy? The fish is on fire, goddammit!
Second, they translated it, and I don't know if it was translated by somebody who is
Human?
English as a first language or not.
It's like in a hospital when the doctors go out for a coffee break during an operation. When the doctors go out for a coffee break during an operation. When the doctors go out for a coffee break during an operation.
And we get
Because
every movie translated by someone.
There is
who
also
just
that.
English as a first language.
And third, since the director, you heard in the, we watched a brief interview of his.
The highlight of the movie is when Margaret find out that sono sbagliato, rifacciamola, scusa.
Where he was clearly reading his English answers.
At gunpoint too, which is weird.
Probably. No, he was glued to the pole of the
We got you.
picture. Yeah. Too late.
Supposed to check off now.
Can my dick fit in the pole at the bottom?
I think that he probably told the actors, do the lines as they are on the script. We'll dub them later, highly likely, because everything is dubbed.
Professor Dorsey, I'm Mike. I brought you something to drink.
But do them as they are on the script. So I'm sure, because already the fact of shooting in a different language, it may be a little complicated. If you know exactly what the words on paper are, and you say
Memorize
exactly,
without knowing, yeah.
exactly, and then we'll take care of that.
With other people's voices?
Probably. And that's why it doesn't, most of the time, their actions don't match the intensity of the voice.
Their lips don't match the...
Yeah, but when he finds, for instance, the cocaine or whatever he thinks that is cocaine, that the voice is so excited, and he's just like, it's going through the motion.
Look, this stuff is gonna make us rich, goddammit!
We now return to MaJaMa.
Bobby. Bobby! Ah! I scared the crap out of you. You son of a bitch.
While, of course, the cliche is that the Godzilla dubbing is a classic thing to laugh at, I feel like I've never had such a glorious effect throughout an entire 90-minute movie of the dissonance and chaos birthed by the non-congruency between the voiceovers and the actual people.
It's ventriloquist puppets.
Well, my question is, doesn't it make more sense?
No.
If this is what the end result looks like, why not just shoot an Italian and Godzilla it?
Because then you cannot...
This match is a little closer.
Because then, for the Italian crew, it's just like, oh, we shot a movie in America, but it's in Italian. It's kind of like a pride... it's a question of pride, the fact of saying, oh, we're shooting a movie in English, so it's international.
We don't know what they're saying.
We have no idea, we have zero idea what they're saying.
I am Mr. Hernandez, the official interpreter.
Welcome to the United States.
Welcome to United States.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Did you have a good flight?
You have a good flight?
Yes, I did.
Yes, I did.
Well, we hope your stay in our country
We hope you stay in our country.
will be delightful.
Will be delightful.
I am looking forward to it.
I am looking forward to it
With great anticipation.
with great anticipation.
Dame tu mundo, dame tu mundo para mí.
My never left the country ass will never understand genuinely this fetishization of America. It's just, it's a weird concept. It's like you guys are like...
You fetish...
A lot of stuff, but not the other countries.
Feta cheese.
Feta cheese. Everything about America. Your life is pop culture.
Yes.
No, but what I'm saying is that's where I live. This idea of like we have to go somewhere else and we have to speak their language or it won't be as cool.
Well, it's the fact that America has cornered the market of international movie entertainment, because for better or for worse, even if Bollywood in India produces more movies than Hollywood.
They're all Indian.
They don't, probably one or two makes it across the border. In Italy, now that there are streaming and satellite, that they need content, they also take those movies. But up till yesterday, pretty much, movies from India are not particularly known.
How are they shipping them? Is it water getting into the cases?
No, because India can actually travel through Europe by land.
Yeah, okay. Some sort of fairy tale land?
Yeah. Or Chinese movies. So very few make it. Yeah, Jackie Chan.
I know that name.
Has made it outside the United States, and now there is.
We won't let him leave.
Now there is more.
Listen, you're doing Ninja Turtles. I don't care if you haven't seen your daughter. You're doing Ninja Turtles.
There are more artists from South Korea. They even win Oscars now.
Bong Joon-ho.
This is the second Oscar tonight and the third nomination for Bong Joon-ho.
Finally, and stuff.
It's just, I guess.
But it's the fact to say, because this story, which we will tell you what is, by the way, could have been shot anywhere. The fact that it's in Miami Fla.
Oh, yeah.
Has absolutely nothing to do with the story, because actually it's a beach of Miami Fla.
Well, it's like you say about Hateful Eight.
You got a good eye, son.
Well, I'll be double dog damn. General Sandy don't give a damn Smithers. Captain Chris Mannix Marauders.
You boast about the fact you have 70 millimeter. Your entire movie is literally in a cabin. You make a big deal out of shooting in Miami Fla. Your entire movie's in the boat set.
Yeah.
Entirely. Other than a couple of water scenes, which again could be indistinct. Well, okay, look, that's enough of the before, the intros. I don't understand the fetishization of American culture, but that's just me being isolated and never leaving the country. So let's get into the actual mechanics. I mean, just picture if we were like, we have to have all the Italian movies. Are they coming here?
No,
when
but
are we getting that released?
You're obsessed with something that you don't understand why other people obsess over.
I actually think this could have been really kick-ass with everything he set up. Just the execution is ragged beyond
The
belief.
last
But
22 minutes are great.
Yes.
It's
22.
Okay, so we have 5 teens, the most classic scenario possible, out for a night of fun on the waves, taking a little paddle boat. They come across an abandoned yacht.
With a motor.
It's a raft with a motor.
But they forget a tank of gas on the beach.
On the beach. On the beach.
Because their friend got caught in a net.
Yes, and they decide to leave him there.
And also they had the American flag on their raft,
Yes.
also just to reinforce.
Yes.
We're in America, guys.
It's like the saloon that they built in New Zealand for Ash versus the Evil Dead. That you walk into that saloon and it's a wall-to-wall American flags, American stuff. So say, this is America. This is exactly America. But anyway, I digress. Sorry. So They get the raft. And
they come across an abandoned yacht. They climb onto the yacht. The rest of our movie is spent there.
research yacht.
Well, there's a storm. They're getting drenched every now and then.
Oh, and they fish a body from the water.
Yes, they're not too shocked by it.
No.
They're not going to be too shocked by anything.
You're going to bump into a lot of those things in the Florida Ocean.
Probably yes.
You can't tell if they're in like a foot of water at a certain point, and while they're using oars to paddle, they're like barely scraping the surface. Yeah.
Yes, and then they go with by hand.
And then there was the part where the guy said, "Use this oar," and he said, "Or what?" So they come across an abandoned yacht, and they get on board, and there's a lot of weird fish researches going on.
Don't you hate when that happens?
And they, throughout the course of the night, gradually start to discover more and more experiments. And then it turns out that the fish...
And a scientist who's famous for his catchphrase...
And eventually, one by one, mutant fish pick them off. The
or
end.
Swim inside them.
Let's get into it.
All right, calm down.
This movie is amazing. This movie is amazing. Great practical effects anchor us in here. This is why
great practical effects at the very end of the film anchor us in, and we could tell that this dude's very influenced by Evil Dead. From the POV shots, also just
there's a bit of Evil Dead. There's a bit of The Thing by John Carpenter.
But once we get the monsters, they're pretty cool. We start off just by seeing a couple attacks by flying fish.
No, actually, we started with a very bizarre series of editing of which I suppose are...
Oh, my God.
You forgot, right? Quick.
All the fish that killed the crew, and that's why they...
That's even happening before the credits start, so it's just the...
That's what that was.
He watches the movie with us.
Well, the shore's that way.
I mean, how did you not realize that when it was happening?
The way that's edited, I
mean, there's no context, yes, but you understand the...
No, I didn't understand anything. I understood that a quick shot of a fish mutant was killing someone. I understand that was the crew being killed off.
Well, yeah.
Anyways.
Well, how about we go through the entire synopsis? So as we tell the story, we get to comment on it, and that's how we review the film.
Okay.
As opposed to just pushing it aside and then,
I just want to get to carnivorous and gay.
The hatchetfish kleptomanias lethargic are endowed with exceptionally developed genitalia in the erogenous zone. That is, at great depths, nectopedes, given the absence of the female, are carnivorous and gay.
We all want to get to carnivorous and gay, or they're old enough. They're old enough!
Professor, how long have you been fucking fish?
They were old enough.
They're old enough.
There's so much. Oh, God.
And then there's a lot of lines that seem to come across as intentionally goofy or funny, especially the countdown voice alarm.
Yes.
The whole ship is just rigged.
Oh!
Damn it! Who opened the radioactive container?
We now return to MaJaMa.
Hi, I'm just Carolix. I give good time.
Okay.
Everything seems very erotic and built on this boat.
Yes. Yes.
Look, there is both the blueprint for a B-movie masterpiece, but we should also point out that as is, the movie works as a masterpiece of the effect you hope for when you put this movie in.
Yeah.
Because as I said, we've had a lot of these type of viewings where we're disappointed by what we thought the movie was going to be. This is an absolute A+ of weird dubbing, incongruent deliveries, comedic deliveries, unintentional comedy, maybe intentional comedy. I don't even know where to start. There's so many line readings, so many lines, so many expressions.
All right, so we get kids get on the boat.
Kids are on the
They're
boat.
casually walking through. They're not surprised by there's no one on the, or no, they're very surprised that there's no one on the ship, but they're kind of like, they get on the dock, oh, there's no one here. And like, okay, no.
And one of them even says,
My brother runs a nautical maintenance company. It wouldn't cost much to change the yacht's registration number, paint over the name, and make a place to party in this lab. Huh?
Yeah, there's the one Zach Galligan kind of looking kid.
Yes.
Who's the comedic, goofy, Stifler type.
I think
sex
his name
hound.
is Bob.
Bob,
It's
yeah.
Bob, yeah.
He's kind of leading the way for us through the first half of the movie, and then his friend.
Terry.
Sure.
Bob was in the thing, so he's at least 100% right about that. Bob was one of the chapters.
You read the chapters?
Yeah. That, actually, it's not over there. It's not.
You
want to read the chapters?
No.
You can help us.
It helps you to put you to sleep.
It's actually only 9 or something. It's short.
I'm gonna leave it there.
But anyways, everybody's interchangeable. There is no
Yeah.
really... in fact, actually, we find out that one of the two ladies is a sister of another lady.
In the last 10 minutes, we found out.
Yes, we had no idea that there is absolutely no character build-up or anything, except for a certain point, they decide to squeeze some drama, and in 20 seconds we find out that...
Tomorrow will be 1 year that we're engaged, and I certainly don't want to spend it here.
Oh, damn. I didn't even buy you a present.
Really? I'm glad.
Why?
Because you would have never guessed what kind of present you should have bought.
Well, what kind?
A wedding dress.
A wedding dress. For what?
To get married, right? I'm a month pregnant.
Baby, that's great. That's
Mike,
great.
I'm so glad you said that.
We
You
find
should
out
get me
that
a wedding dress because I'm pregnant, but we're already engaged.
Yes. She almost says like the wedding dress is because of the
So this is what I'm saying is that I don't...
Maybe they need to move fast and get the wedding dress so she's
I
not
always
showing
struggle to
with the belly.
understand the...
Probably.
Was that written and then... Or does something get lost? When they're dubbing, does stuff get lost? Does stuff get...
No.
Like...
No. It's there, and they say, oh yeah, let's add some drama. Oh, she's pregnant. As if it comes to place.
And everyone, so she gets bit on the throat by one of the fish that gets out of the somewhere.
Oh yeah,
is there also an invisible fish?
I don't know, because throughout the movie there is an eye, a glowing eye.
I must have stepped on something soft.
I don't see anything.
Well, it's nothing new, the point of view of the monster. But this one is a little bit extreme because it goes to, it's in places.
It's like
either,
right here.
Yeah, either the creature is invisible or everybody's oblivious.
I mean,
Matthew makes a good point about something, which is that, as you said, this is an oceanographic research boat. So therefore, why are there overt French bathhouse erotic overtones to the architecture of the boat? We have a dick sink, and we have
a dick lamp.
A dick lamp
that you got to stroke to turn on,
and
several times,
and a talk yourself through masturbation shower.
Hi, I'm Susie. How would you like to have a shower together? How would you like me to wash you? With Mullet shampoo or cuttlefish shampoo?
Hey, honey, I prefer it with tits.
Do you want it hot or cool? Fast or slow? Soft or hard? Try me. I'm Susie. I wash, I tickle, I massage, I'm yours.
She runs the whole bathroom too.
Yeah.
Be seated. Come on. Place your ass down. Constipated? Press the vacuum button.
Like who would? Wait,
let me ask you one thing. On how many oceanographic boats have you ever been?
I guess he's got me there.
Maybe they're
There you
freaks.
go. Hey, they're all, it's a known fact.
Like,
Jacques
think
Cousteau.
about the amount of money and time it would take to make that bathroom that you're going to put it. I mean, then again, maybe you're in the middle of the ocean for so long. Maybe it's a bunch of guys.
And there's a toilet paper coming from the ceiling, from a slot in the
And just
ceiling.
like a slot and like a cutout from the wall. I mean, like a machine. It's just like, okay, we're going to feed this through. I mean, it could be the joke that you're by yourself in the middle of the ocean for so long that you need something. You want this voice to talk to you while you jerk off in the shower.
It doesn't
Which
sound bad.
has, the shower has plants.
I mean, that's kind of cool.
It also has plants in it.
I'm just going to walk you through the oceanographic boat we put through for you. So we got the top of the notch research thing. You have a lab down below, of course, lavatory quarters with a built-in manual coke shoot through with a robot voice masturbation. Sorry, what was
And
that?
we have a
You guys asked for that, right?
I don't know exactly how to define, but a very wink mermaid on the wall that whenever you pass by, it tells you the most different things ever.
They acknowledge it once or twice.
Yes.
But it's saying like, oh, do you know what time it is? I'm not going to tell you what time it is, and it's winking with giant eyelashes. And there's like one scene when the girls walk past and go, oh, and laugh it off. But there's no like acknowledgement of what is this.
Except for one time where the Bob says,
Sailor.
Shut the fuck up.
It's 2 o'clock.
He does?
Yes.
Oh.
Well, that's what I'm saying is that there is...
But like, I would have thought that like at the very end, like, okay, that's going to be the countdown administrator, voice, the narrator through the boat.
The setting is great. I would never say that this
The
guy
setting
didn't
is
have
confusing.
No. Look, the way it's filmed, the way it's edited, but first of all, the idea has classic tropes in its DNA. Bunch of kids out on a horny night on sea, come across an abandoned
it's like
yacht.
Alien.
That's great.
Basically.
And then once we get into this yacht, I actually think it's an amazing place to set a movie. It looks kind of like a weird half 70s retro, half 70s like Kubrick futuristic vibes to it. It's shot in a way that's almost washed out and bright, but has this weird like purgatory, not necessarily disturbing, but like jarring, like where are we on this fancy pleasure boat? The colors of it, the wall decor, and I think something like the Winking Eye Mermaid shows a flair for visual style and world building and immersion.
Definitely.
You connected none of your plugs, but I do believe.
But it's also context too.
Like, I'm not making the case that this didn't translate as a slop of whatever. I do think this guy had the elements to make absolute B-movie gold. I know we say that a lot, but this one in particular felt like there's clearly a zany mind sculpting this. Things didn't connect hilariously.
And once again, we don't need to know exactly explicitly why and what everything, but throughout the time the Glasses kid is doing his research, there's a lot of mentions of erotic, asking the fish questions makes them aroused.
Mutated species, the androgynous hemidiphyty, though harmless and placid in its normal environment, has been known to become sexually aggressive when erotically stimulated by inquisitive minds. Plankton.
There's almost a complete underlying undercurrent of eroticism then.
That's Italian.
Oh, all right. There goes my sex life.
What do you expect?
It's just you guys are just horny, and sleazy. I mean, I really. But I feel
like, are the experiments sexual? Are they?
It's possible.
There is.
Because there's one that's broken out of the glass when we get there.
There's a unique look to the boat, and I feel like the unique look to the boat is you want to get that environment that feels uniquely yours and sculpted. And I definitely got that they were in a weird boat environment. Like, you did a good job of expressing you're trapped in this yacht and it's a fun house of stuff. I think it could have been great, but it just falls flat for so many different reasons. Mainly, I think, because of the jarring editing and these dubs, which are...
It's like Yeti. To a degree. You see that they had some vague ideas, and then the actual execution is not...
But Yeti seems boring and tired. This actually, I feel like, would be energetic and original with maybe a reshuffle, edit, different
I'm not
director.
sure if you should throw that word energetic in there.
Yeah, because there were scenes that were going... They should have a lot of things cut about...
God, and the sound...
It's almost like Hard Bodies meets Cronenberg meets Piranha. Which should be awesome.
But bad.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. There's way more to pull from here than from a Yeti, because Yeti is do King Kong with a gross Yeti. This is at least like you have a berserk idea.
That's what he said? Okay, I'll try.
So what was he saying with carnivorous and gay? Is he saying you turn the fish on to arouse him? He said it's like a lack of females turns...
A lack of female turns the fish carnivorous?
The hatchetfish kleptomanias lethargic are endowed with exceptionally developed genitalia in the erogenous zone. That is, at great depths, nectopedes, given the absence of the female, are carnivorous and gay.
Or did he mean like cannibalistic?
No, but for some reason it makes the correlation that since they don't have female, they become carnivorous and gay.
Making the frogs gay.
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. Do you understand that? Serious crap.
Yeah, probably. Yes, it's.
I want to highlight all the lines. There were so many lines. The friggin' alarm at the end.
Evacuate. Red alert. Red alert. Is anyone listening? I still hear footsteps. Evacuate. Evacuate. You have 4 minutes, 30 seconds to evacuate. The time is now.
But
is anyone listening to me?
Yes, the alarm is bizarre. The guy who finds, as they get into the lab, he finds something as kind of like a white cream or something. The first thing that he does is,
Yeah.
What the hell are you doing?
Like it's like it's a naked gun joke.
Yes.
You're walking around a laboratory of dangerous experiments with these freakish fish everywhere. Oh, let me see what this tastes like. I mean, he even finds a bag of white powder buried deep in the basement, in the bowels of the ship. It's like, oh, it's probably Coke. Let's snort it. I'm like, no, it's just a bag of. It could be anything. It could be chemicals. It could be chlorine. It could be cleaning products. Who knows what it is?
Yes, and then they have.
They're is that before they eat? When they're cooking the fish?
Oh
yeah,
God.
They cook the fish with heads and everything, and
when she just dumps the friggin'.
Yeah, first they put the fish, and then they put the oil.
Yeah.
Which is very.
And then
good.
it just blows up, and then the fish starts screaming.
Julie! Wake up! Julie!
And then they cover it because it's a grease fire, but then she thinks that they were moving. I mean, throughout this entire time, they keep seeing things. I'm like, okay, that should, I mean, yes, they're all like, oh, was I imagining that? Or
yeah, the reaction level is...
yeah.
God, I'm losing my mind.
We now return to MaJaMa.
Plankton. Contaminated plankton. That's what's causing mutation. Professor Dewison, the man who is below. Damn it, Margaret, you almost gave me a heart attack.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to frighten you. I woke up, didn't see you in your bunk. I was worried.
Margaret, I want you to go below. It's not safe in here.
No way. You stay, I stay. The fish are dead, right?
You sure are stubborn.
Yeah, there's a lot of really over-the-top stuff that doesn't garner any actual reactions.
Yeah. Even when they open the door and there is a monster
banging this chick,
having sex with this lady, which is clearly a monster with tentacles and stuff.
Oh, sorry guys.
Sorry. And then they open the door. Oh, I must be seeing things.
Oh my God! Was it a hallucination before?
Yeah.
Oh, and then if you're stupid, they have to enhance the. Wait, yes, stupid. I don't mean stupid. How do you mean stupid? Oh, I got it.
I think you're nuts.
Mike, you crazy?
Do you think that was due to like, okay, hey, this is different languages, overact, or hey, help us?
It's an Italian thing.
Like overacting, or
Yes.
kind of helps all the dialogue too.
Yeah.
When you do this, who do you hope for to be your audience? Are you bringing
When you
it
do
back
this, why do you do this?
Yes.
Are you bringing it back to Italy, or like you're hoping for here to?
You always hope to, because of course if something makes it to America is the blessing for a movie. It gets international breath in international launch, and it becomes hopefully huge. So there is always this, but there is also the fact that when they are selling the movie to other countries,
don't show them any footage.
First of all that, but at the same time, it was kind of like the spaghetti westerns, that all of the actors and sometimes the directors would use a pseudonym that it was American because they were saying, oh, it's a western. At the time, there was no internet. They say, who the hell is this Bob Robertson? And then you find out that it's Sergio Leone, as we discussed a gajillion episodes back.
I wasn't there for that.
Yeah, probably you weren't. Maybe even I wasn't there.
God, I'm losing my mind.
So, what?
I just remember when they go up to the professor and he's kind of just in his own trance. And like, Professor, what's happening? And he's just start going, they're old enough! They're old enough!
Professor, how long have you been fucking fish?
They were old enough.
So what does that mean? That's what it is, right?
That's like something we would just put in as a stupid throwaway line. And
That's
just
a joke.
I don't
know.
Unless he was saying something else, but it sounded like they were old enough.
No, it just sounded exactly like
you
that.
see Chris Hansen walking in the room like, oh no, no man, no. Like, I'm just passing through, buddy.
I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC.
No, but that's what I wonder. Like, if that's what he's saying, there's no other way. That has to be a joke. Which indicates the type of mentality we're approaching it with.
But it's not even shot as a joke. It's just like a passage. I don't know if it's something that...
What else could that mean? And he wakes up and just starts screaming, they're old enough, they're old enough.
It could also be something that dubbers have come up with on the spur of the moment. They say, oh, he's saying gibberish, so he says that. And this is something...
I guess the more episodes we do of this, I just want to, like, become invisible, time travel, and just follow follow everyone around, because it's fun to laugh at it. And yes, I do get that a lot of times it's like, look, you're trying to make money, you don't necessarily have the stupid art brain you have on. I get all that, but I want to know the journey of how, what was the redub process like? Was there an obliviousness? Was there any sort of like, that'll be funny, or is this...
Now, don't tell me you're going to read that crap.
Same thing. I'm always curious, like, how these friggin'
People say there are no mysteries left in the world, but still.
There still are.
94?
94.
But that's the thing. When if you're selling, like, for instance, to South Africa, to Poland, or whatever.
They're so desperate for anything, they don't care.
A movie in English.
Moving images, okay.
That is shot in America. They say, oh, okay, that's fine.
That's a real film then, right?
Yeah. And it works. It has worked for that's why as I was telling you about the spaghetti westerns, that's why they were making the effort of having English sounding names for the cast, because it's much better having a movie with for instance Terence Hill and Bud Spencer than with Mario Girotti and Carlo Pedersoli, who are their real names.
Don't you get it? So obvious.
So it sounds more, ooh, it's American, because back then, strangely, America was the biggest producer of movies, and so you would do that trick, and most of the time it would pay off, because I've seen when I do some research for certain movies, almost all of these movies are available in Germany, in France, and in England even, and it works.
You're so wrong.
So why not?
I guess that's really the answer. It worked, I made money, shut up. What are you doing? Why are you breaking it down? I made money, I fed my family. You're the one sitting in a pit of paper trying to figure out my intentions.
The amount of voicemails we get saying that.
Yeah.
So, okay.
What are you planning on doing?
Should maybe, like you said, go through, because I feel like there's so much gold
I've been trying.
We're missing. It's so tough. It's such a jumbled mess. But
well, that's why we have the synopsis, or not the synopsis, but maybe instead of just randomly grasping at things we're remembering for the past 2 hours, we go throughout the entire story.
It's a bit late now.
All right, well, let's say we're at the point where things
for this episode, for the entire series,
things start losing their crap, you know? So the stuff is when do we first start to? Who's the first victim? By the time Bob has
it's
sex
the girl
with,
who throws up.
So
they eat the fish, And the girl says she's really sick, and she tries to run to the bathroom. Doesn't even make it to the toilet. It doesn't bother to walk another foot.
Is it a bathroom? Or is it
but
someone's bedroom?
Because then there's the shot from above in the bathroom, and there's the pool of.
And the toilet is right there.
Yes, exactly.
And the door's just been swung open multiple times, just spreading this vomit across the carpet. They just keep, because it's right directly in the pathway of the door.
Right, the door.
But she throws up, and then she sees a bunch of bugs kind of squirming around in her vomit.
Which is, again, a
cool shot.
effect.
Yeah.
But then they vanish, and so.
Yeah. So she goes and tells them, "Go look at my vomit."
I went to the bathroom. I vomited monstrous little animal.
Wipes her mouth on the girl's shirt that she's hugging, and they go back and no, it's just vomit.
Yeah.
And they even like we're picking through it. There's nothing in there.
Lick it.
It's
Look at that.
vomit.
Vomit.
Wait, acidic.
No, definitely vomit.
And then later on, another one of the ladies gets attacked by the fish in the tank that
she gets bit on
pops
the.
out.
She gets bit on the neck.
Yes.
And then once again, she's kind of just casual about it.
Yeah.
She goes back to sleep. Her boyfriend's like, "Oh, let me."
Many times they're saying, "Oh, there's a monster." Okay, let's go back to sleep.
And then two of the girls. And first of all, how can you fall asleep in this situation? Second of all, why would you try to?
Yes.
They just go back to their bunk. They fall asleep. I mean, I can understand her. She's like, "Oh my God, I just got attacked. My fish jumped out of a cage and was flying through midair and then bit my jugular. I'm gonna go lay down." But the other two girls like sound asleep, like, "Oh, okay, it's time to kind of knock out, you know."
Oh, this has been a heck of a day. Need to catch some Z's.
And so the boyfriend flips out in the room and starts destroying all the experiments with a bone.
Oh my God, that scene!
Yeah.
It looks like a gigantic mandible or something.
Oh wait, or no, Bob comes in. He doesn't believe it at first, but they know that the creature that attacked the girl.
Then he gets slapped by the fish.
Trying to convince me that one of those fish that belongs in a museum bit Margaret? Huh? What's that? The fish, you idiot!
Yeah, it's still running around. Then the fish slaps him in the face.
Okay, Mateo just reminded me of the one thing that desperately needs to be highlighted is during said massacre of breaking all these glasses, we see several shots where the breaking glass filled with liquid fish formaldehyde.
They go to kill this thing
soaks,
first. They kill the
breaks
fish.
repeatedly onto Bob. We see him in several shots that it dumps onto him, crashes, and
without
soaks
even
him.
making any effort of taking himself.
Moving or
get up and move.
Well,
no,
the last one fell. I guess I'll just stick the spot.
So it's not even like, oh, here's one swipe. I'm gonna get like.
And what is it? A dead seahorse? It's
like
a dead giant, abnormally large seahorse.
It's like a whale dong or something. He's
So-
just, but it's not like one fell swoop. He goes one by one.
When he smashes one by one, with the energy again of Janine Garofalo asking for the phone.
What's the matter? The phone! The phone! Where's the fucking phone? In the back room!
To me, this guy has that exact same energy in this scene where it's like, you mean to tell me you thought that was a non-comedic way for him to do that? But we see Bob soaked repeatedly in what I can only imagine is fish stinking water. And then in the next
Yes,
scene,
regardless of what the liquid is, there's been dead fish rotting in it for
Which
who
he
knows
also
how long.
removes the pieces from his hair.
and
or
in the next
something.
scene, he
He's laying
very
in
clearly
bed.
is laying in bed with the same shirt on. And then, to exacerbate the effect, Blondie comes in.
She first of all just gets up in the middle of the night, walks
We
out.
find out she was under the influence later because she doesn't remember it.
No, she walks out.
But I'm saying then she says, "Why did you wake me up and why am I naked?" She
No,
says,
but that's
"You just
after
got-"
she gets blown demonic fish
Raped
semen
by the-
inside of her.
Raped by the fish
No,
monster.
that's what I'm saying.
No, but at this point, before she goes to hook up with him, she's not possessed. She gets possessed when he blows his load of demon fish semen inside of her. That's why she's possessed. That's why she doesn't remember anything. But she
Demon
first gets
fish
up.
semen.
That's
No,
why she
listen,
first gets up.
I know
walks
this
out
is
of the
only the
bedroom.
first week of exorcism school, but she's not that way because of that. She's that way because, yes, the demon fish semen inside of her. Thank
Class,
you, Ian.
in unison?
Yeah, but you have a
The
few
demon
choices.
fish semen inside of her.
But she just gets out. He's waiting for her, like predators waiting in the bushes to pounce. It's like, oh, I knew you couldn't stay away from me. And then she follows him into his room for whatever reason.
Strokes the lamp.
Yeah, strokes the lamp, turns it on.
She's not possessed at that point?
No, because she's even like.
Why does she have sex with him?
No, that's the thing. He locks the door. She doesn't know that yet, and she tries to leave because he. Why did she go in the room in the first place?
That's what I'm asking.
She was willingly went to the room. Tries to get out. He says, "No, the door's locked." Oh, you jerk! Open it. Her top.
What key?
falls?
No, what key? This key.
Yes.
Give me the key.
Which one? This one?
She gets on top of him to grab it.
But her
and
top has come off at that point. right?
Take your top off.
Take your top off. What? Take your top off.
The new Steam Pots at Joe's.
Because she goes for the key and then she falls on top of him like, oh my God, like, oh, well, we're here. I guess just, I'll let it happen to me.
Yes.
I have fire in my veins.
We now return to MaJaMa.
So she just gives in, and he starts railing her, and halfway through he just starts screaming like it's painful, and then
he turns into a
fish demon grows out of his mouth, which is pretty dope.
Yeah, no, it's great. Also the way it's shot.
Yeah.
I mean, all the effects are awesome.
No, all the effects are awesome. Then
there is a similar shot in Monster Squad for the transformation of the werewolf.
Okay,
yes,
that's what I was
thinking.
thinking
Around
of.
in the phone booth.
Who the hell is this?
I'm the one they shot last night. I'm a werewolf now, but...
Have a nice night.
No, don't hang up. He's gonna kill your son.
Or is that the one where the mouth comes out of his own mouth? The werewolf mouth comes out of a guy's mouth? Like he's almost tearing off his skin? And then he's like oozing, and he oozes right into her mouth, and she's like, oh. I'm like, I get if you're into like guys spitting in your mouth, but like that just like dripped into there, and she's like,
oh, the tentacle starts. The tentacle starts rubbing her titty.
No, he starts licking it.
No.
No, the tentacle shoots and grabs her.
The legs.
It's kind of like this. It's once again, it's very much Evil Dead.
Yeah, it's kind of like the tree branch.
So then they walk in on them accidentally. And like, oh my God, what was that? What was a giant fish creature banging?
Close the door.
Trisha?
He goes grab the spear gun, and they come back.
Why didn't they use that before?
Because he had it in his room.
No, it was in that bar area.
Oh yes.
But like he seemed to know where it was, and
yeah, doesn't
so
matter.
So they go back in, and then then she's just by herself, naked in the bed.
Yes.
And they're like, Trisha, what happened?
Hey, what happened?
Where'd he go? Like, what do you mean? What happened? Why did you undress me? Like, no, you're naked. Again, we have to wake you up. You're naked. You don't remember who was banging you, and he's gone. He's gone again, Trisha. And she's like, oh my God, why did you undress me? He's like, oh, Bob wasn't banging me. I would kill myself if Bob was banging me. I would kill him.
Why did you strip me?
You were making love to Bobby.
What? If he laid one fin anywhere on me, I'll make him swallow one of the fish in the lap.
That's not what's happening, right?
Apparently, halfway through orgasming me, he kind of mutated into a... so they
kind of left his trail of blood to
that's the other thing. I'm pretty sure this is his skin.
Wait, his foreskin? No,
when they first walk in, she's perfectly clean. The first shot when they walk in, she's like nothing happened. Then they do a little blood speckle, but when the first shot, it's like...
I mean, then again, maybe it was all just clear...
It was all a dream.
It was all clear goo.
Why am I covered in goo?
Why am I drippings with goo?
Because maybe he was just dripping on himself. You know, it was like dripping down his own chest.
Oh, sorry, dripping the fish on myself there, baby. Just wipe that off.
You want some of this? I got plenty to go around.
Okay, so we're decent chronological order. So after the
fish
rape,
is it?
I'm just saying. Compared to who? Point, after the fish rape, we
they go out to have a drink at the bar.
Where does Bob go after this? He's down below?
No, Bob is going, then they find him in the shower.
Mike, you crazy? You say I'm the one who does dumb things. You could have killed me. Okay, guys, let's hit the sack. You're upset. You know, I'm gonna go take a shower. Drain the old dragon.
God, I'm losing my mind.
So the three of them go to have a drink at the bar.
While the scientist that they found is behind.
Yes, he's behind the staircase, which looks like they put him in a cage, like in a
Yeah, it
gorilla
looks
cage.
like that.
And no one really noticed. No one, like, if we didn't eventually cut to a shot of him, we wouldn't know he's in the room.
Wait,
no
I'm
one's like,
sorry.
oh, there's that old man over there
quickly?
muttering to himself. Should we do
It's
something?
like, it's the same thing like Tommy Wiseau on the stairs in the room. I'm hiding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you think I'm tired today, wait till you see me tomorrow.
Coming to the party?
Sure, I suppose so.
How can they say this about me? I don't believe it.
Plus, when they first get him and they're like, wait, oh, he's alive. Let's just dump him overboard. Like, what?
How quickly did they find him? Very quickly they find him, right?
They find him downstairs in the basement. Bob finds
Decently?
him.
Yeah.
He's there most of the movie locked up.
Because
No, he's not locked up. He's just sitting
they're
there,
investigating
hiding
some
behind
sound,
the banister.
Because it says,
Mumbling to himself.
Yeah.
There's a sound. The first Bob goes down, then a glass guy goes
Yeah.
down. He makes him the prank with a skeleton, and then they go investigate, and they find the scientist or whoever it is, because it's never clear.
he doesn't
it
talk,
could be
he
like a
doesn't-
janitor or something.
You can't tell him what's happening.
Let's toss him into the ocean.
Always kidding around, aren't you?
I think he's serious.
And once again, shouldn't that be a? I mean, they allude to maybe this was a drug smuggling vessel, even though it's clearly a laboratory. I mean, that's a pretty extensive, like that's like a horror maze quality.
It's a yes.
Setup if you get stopped at the Coast
It's
Guard.
a porno laboratory.
Yeah.
For fish.
Then again, I guess if it was a drug smuggling boat, it might explain all the erotic art and shower.
Probably. And the carnivorous and gay fish.
Yes.
Well,
we need to know about the carnivorous and gay fish.
Yes.
That is, at great depths, Nectopedes, given the absence of the female, are carnivorous and gay.
But the professor, I guess, eventually runs the hide behind this banister, and that's where he stays for the entire rest of the movie. No one acknowledges him. They're just kind of sitting there talking to themselves, having a drink, and like, oh, he's still back there.
And
Shouldn't
he has a mysterious syringe that tries to
Take
pull
it
it out.
like 2
Nothing
hours to
happens,
load it.
and at a certain point it falls down, and the end. There is
Oh,
nothing.
yeah.
Nothing comes to it.
And what happens with Trisha?
So they see a tentacle behind the bar.
Period could be painful, but it's not the bubbling you described.
But it's not the kind of pain you get when you have your period. I've had those. It's almost like something boiling, and I've never felt it before.
Mike, what is it?
There's something back there.
But then he's like, oh, I'm just imagining things. And I'm like, okay, at a certain point, you guys got to stop that.
Yeah.
So Trisha says she starts to feel a burning sensation in her genitals.
Stomach.
But she's used to that, you know. It's not her first rodeo. And they start to say, hey, we got to get out of here, or...
Yes, and then they try to take the life vest.
And they keep worrying about the scientists. And like, I at a certain point, like, you were talking about dumping, well, I mean, that was Bob talking about dumping him overboard, but like, leave the old dude muttering to himself. He's not going to help you. He's not going to...
Yeah, he friggin' damsel in distress shoulder slings are trying to get out the boat while that girl's dying on the staircase.
She goes first to the restroom, and which goes crazy, and then the tentacle shoots out of the sink.
Oh, yeah, she goes to the restroom. And once again, why are you splitting up? I mean, I know it's a trope, but you're like, okay, go to the bathroom, come back to the room, and we'll take a nap or something?
Go to the bathroom together.
We'll pack. So she gets strangled by a tentacle that comes out of the sink. Spout, drain. He comes and saves her. Then Trisha starts to ooze fish eggs.
That also doesn't go anywhere because we don't see her anymore.
No, we see them kind of come under the door at a certain point.
Nothing happens.
He
Bob becomes this tentacled Bob creature figure that is left downstairs with a fire.
Yes, but...
And they eventually go down to fight him.
No, because he goes down to...
No, he locks him in. He goes down.
He goes down to puncture...
Glass guy goes down to punch all the drums of
fuel.
gasoline. Yeah, fuel. to set the boat on fire, and puts a candle,
Yeah.
a lit candle on a ladder in order to set it on fire, so it gives it time.
Bob surprises him down there. They fight, and then he's able to
but he
lock Bob
manages
in
to
there.
go through a hatch or something and locks him inside.
Meanwhile, Trisha is still giving birth. And
Yes.
He goes and grabs his girlfriend, Margaret.
Whatever. And but she realizes that she has something inside of her.
Yeah, and she won't move off those goddamn steps.
Guide me! Promise me! I don't want to become like the others!
She's taking out the entire
legs across the walkway.
And like her boyfriend's holding this professor this whole time. It's like, lady, let's just kill yourself and scoot to the side. Do something.
Wait, why isn't she moving?
Because she's transforming into a fish demon.
And so she uses the.
What would you be doing?
She uses the spear gun to kill herself.
And then her body's really in the way because she's dead weight at this point.
Yes.
So then,
Professor, help me just roll this.
And the professor starts to whisper or talk or mutter to him, saying,
Wake up! Leave her alone! There's more pussy in the planet! If we can save it! Come on, you prick! Wake up! Let's get your shit together.
there's more pussy in the ocean. Leave her behind.
See, this is what I mean. There's so many lines
but I think
where
she's
it's
dead
like
already. So I'm like, but then how did you become so lucid and start talking all of a sudden?
Right.
I mean, maybe your life isn't dangerous, so you're like, oh, we gotta get out of here.
And then they get to the lab, and oh no!
It's like a cut to.
There's no way to interpret that line when it's got comedy gold. No one who has even a
oh no!
Damn it! Who opened the radioactive container?
We now return to
MaJaMa.
All right, so apparently
strange things afoot.
Strange things are afoot at the Circle K.
There's a nuclear reactor on the boat at the top of the steps.
What is the next line? Who left the nuclear
We'll play. There's no reason
container open? Yeah. It's so good.
But it has never been established that there was a nuclear reactor also. And
It's like a sitcom gag, like, who opened the window?
Yes.
So, okay, so that specific line, how do you explain that? To me, I just can't see a version of that that isn't comedic. It's just obliviousness.
I understand the thing that you say is comedic, but it's not. The tone of the movie is not, and it's if it were comedic, it would have been too.
These people are idiots.
Yes, it's just like a movie made.
It's stupidity, not comedy.
Yes, exactly. It's exactly
It's so
that.
good. Like,
there is.
But I think at that point it too is like, oh, okay, why do we need a nuclear reactor about to explode on top of
it's
fuel?
just like to make even more.
He says, "Oh no!
Damn it! Who opened the radioactive container?"
Wait, then the professor tries to stop the Bob
thing with apparently with a syringe, but it falls
just falls
down.
to the ground.
Nothing happens, so he
gets
perishes.
attacked.
Last night never ended. No! Take that. Oh shit! I'm out of here.
And then the dude
The glasses jumps into.
jumps.
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
And
Like 100 feet away somehow.
yes, all of a sudden it's there are all the debris around him, but the explosion
Yeah.
is miles away.
Yeah.
And
But then there's still
and then he gets attacked
little
by
fetus embryos who are floating like perfectly, like.
Oh, the eggs.
They look like little bars of soap where you had like the toy inside back in the day. Like you'd watch.
Those are
The
fun.
more you'd watch,
Those
you get
are
a little
baby
toy.
dinosaurs,
when
yeah.
you're done. Yeah, we had Jurassic Park soap for
I
Christmas.
think that probably the last creature that attacks him is the lady who was oozing in the
Those are her
in the
babies.
boat.
Those are her babies, you think?
I think that's her. She just transformed or something like that.
What makes you think that?
I don't know.
Oh, who left the nuclear container open? Carnivorous and gay. They're old enough.
Maybe there are some laws about sex with underage fish.
Possibly.
They were old enough.
There are laws against having sex with animals.
Yes.
We'll never know.
Bestiality.
No, there are. They're clearly written in the bylaws of our state and country.
We will just...
and in the Bible.
We'll laugh about it.
Bestiality, yes. It's
frowned upon.
It's frowned upon.
Okay.
All right. There goes my sex life.
Old Testament, New Testament?
That's probably Old Testament in general, but I guess that the New Testament also has something to say. Unless the sheep is very cute.
How could you not?
Yeah. And also a wonderful score made by one note.
Just piercing. Just someone tossing nails inside your ear. Or then the rest of it is just...
Bobby.
It's like a foghorn in the distance.
Yes.
John, there's going to be other, like, I don't notice any seats for an orchestra or anything. It's just one dinky kind of little mic and a tiny
You
amp.
gave me one piano with one key. What do you expect?
I don't know how you got them off there. It's pretty impressive, actually.
I really feel like there was some gold we didn't highlight. I think we got all the best lines.
No,
But
everything is
it was so good. It was so good for what we wanted it for.
Yes, it is that pinnacle.
We'll never know the
experience of-
answers.
No.
We will never be able to go and be like, hey, John Stiegenberry from Italy,
Al Passeri.
Al Passerino, why did you have the people overdub the lines like it's Frank Drebin asking why the nuclear reactor was left open? Is it just a
He
sense
will
of...
probably answer you with one of his concerts of animatronic.
This was a special one, I feel like.
Do we know if he wrote it?
I think so, yes.
All right, that's the problem.
And it's his first movie.
Okay.
And it shows.
I mean, once again, special effects are great.
Yeah.
Stop doing everything. You're good at special effects, do that.
Which I believe that also he made the I don't know even what it was, but
the dick lamp
mermaid. Yeah, probably. But the mermaid, the winking in the corridor.
And it's like, oh, that'd be something cool to put in there.
Do you have any problem?
Hi. Do you know what time it is? Mike, I'm going to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
I'll leave the door open. Hurry back.
I'm not telling. Bobby.
Yeah.
The mermaid winking in the
Use the mermaid winking as the alarm countdown guy at the end. Like, oh,
yes.
Why aren't you people moving? There's clearly about to explode.
Well, there's also...
How's yours going to explode too?
Here's the
Is he
thing.
sentient?
I wouldn't mind the chaos if I had more of a sense of control. Again, well-worn example, and I'm sure some people disagree. They're like, no, it is chaos. It's horrible and unwatchable. But I see Freddy as
Who said that?
chaos with a vision. Freddy Got Fingered to me, of course, is chaos with a vision. I do believe... Maybe it's the first-time director. Maybe, like I said, it's the guy that excels at special effects trying to do the rest of it. But bring in a director that has a strong vision for this. I think the classic John Brown quote, if people love you or if they hate you, you're doing something right. If not, it's like, what's going to get some salt? All right. This evokes and elicits strong reactions. There's strong images. There's a strong sense of direction. The visuals are go for broke in their disgustingness. I do truly believe... It's a gem in its own way with this dissonance and whatever the hell it came out to be. The yacht works. The yacht has a distinct, surreal, overly faded lit, Kubrickian, playhousey...
The yacht has more personality than any of the characters.
Yeah. The yacht's great. The yacht's genuinely great. So I believe you kind of... not entirely, but you miss an opportunity of how great your environment is.
A few opportunities were
Even
missed.
Bob's over-the-top, knockoff, overt Stifler shtick. There's a way to do this with a little more control. And again, this was A+ for what we wanted for the jams. But I do think there's a way to do this. The guy showed balls and vision and guts. It's just so sloppy and chaotic.
He showed those balls?
But I gotta think.
No.
I gotta think in there somewhere, Andre Piazzi.
And why isn't Bob more impressed by the shower? He's kind of just laughing at it.
How would you like to have a shower together? How would you like me to wash you? With mullet shampoo or cuttlefish shampoo?
Hey, honey, I prefer it with tits.
Yeah.
Bad
As opposed to
screenwriting.
like,
You have the horn dog.
Oh my God!
He should be like, well, I'm gonna be in here. Maybe we come back. We're like, maybe we.
And he
we
gets
get,
choked
we get
out by a
caught-
tentacle
Well, I was gonna say
from
we
the-
get caught up in like the fish madness, and then someone's like, "Where's Bob?" And yes, I know he's not going for the comedic attempt, but imagine you cut back and Bob like hours later is in the shower, and like
Yeah.
the gag is that he's been in there, like, "Oh yeah, touch it."
Or
like,
someone
Bob
be
should
surprised
you're
or
right.
shocked by something they're seeing.
No,
as
not even
opposed-
that, dude. You're right that they play Bob as so horn doggy that it seems a huge missed opportunity to not have him go crazy. Does he even react to it?
He laughs. He like giggles when he first hears the lady talking. But I'm like, this shower never exists ever in life before this. So why is no one at least like, wait, what is this thing? Same thing with the fish. What is this fish? Why is it winking at us? Why is it asking us what the time is? Why is it being elusive when it's trying to tell us the time?
To me, the mermaid on the wall represents everything I'm talking about. There's a clear, defined style. It's odd. It grabs
Yeah,
your
but it's like, hey,
attention.
that looks cool. Let's put it in.
Again, I'm not making the argument this is good. I'm making the argument that all the elements are there of what good, distinct, visionary filmmaking is. The yacht concept, with how the yacht looks, could work amazingly. Amazingly. I'm shooting high names up here, but just because some of the weird 70s futuristic reminds me of him, imagine Kubrick taking this idea. Imagine anyone taking this idea.
And then they would get to him and say, Stanley, take your medicine. Go home.
Well, but look what he did with the isolation of The Shining. And imagine that. I just jumped to that because some of the scenes make me think of that style. But picture a really.
I don't think Kubrick can be on both.
Picture
that long.
Raimi. Picture Raimi directing this.
He almost did.
Yeah.
I don't know how to write this one.
Thankfully, we didn't write it.
Carnivorous and gay.
Let's express our feelings, our confused emotions, by throwing pieces of paper. I have no idea how to vote this one.
I know how to vote.
Yeah? All right, Matthew's going to kick it off. Yeah? Flawless?
Flawless.
I was almost considering that. I'm going to choose.
Okay. He gets one for how boring it was.
And by a strange boomerang effect, it will go right into the bottom.
Swish!
Amazing. How do you do that?
For how awful and boring and dragged we were in the first hour. But it's still funny, and there were still breadcrumbs along the entire way to make you laugh
That's
at
what
it.
she said. All of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mateo?
One. It's fun. It drags in certain points, but it's fun.
I'm going to go a little higher and do 2.
You son of a...
2. Just because, I don't know, I love it, but I'm also frustrated because as good as it is for a jams, I feel like you had some chutzpah. You could have had something more than this, but I don't know. This is a confused vote, ladies and gentlemen. The 2 is confused because I don't know how this made me feel, but I'm glad we did this. And check out this cover. He did a close-up of it, but cover's fucking... No?
It looks kind of done in a modern...
It looks apropos of the vibe of the movie.
No, yes.
Something is really wrong.
For better or for worse? Cronenberg meets Hard Bodies meets Piranha, ladies and gentlemen.
And they go out for a tea.
We should check if these things are on Tubi. Because I feel like I want people to watch this one, and I feel like every movie on Earth like this is on Tubi right now.
No.
Guys, check out Tubi in general. My God, we started out there with sharks on there, and it was a dumping ground. Tubi is gold now. You can still get our movie on there, and there's tons of other good stuff on Tubi. The real ones know.
MaJaMa.
They were old enough.
Guys, Thanks for coming back for the second installment in the cozy Halloween sleepover pit. We've got our spooky friends here and a bunch of paper as usual. We're going to be here all month long for Halloween with horror movies.
Oh, MaJaMa in Pajamas Halloween monster movie marathon.
The MaJaMa in Pajamas Halloween monster movie marathon in the sleepover
Slumber Party.
pit.
Slumber Party.
The MaJaMa in Pajamas monster movie marathon
MaJaMa
slumber
Pajamas.
party.
MaJaMa
The
MaJaMa
MaJaMa
Pajamas Halloween Slumber Party monster movie marathon.
The MaJaMa Jams Halloween Slumber Party Monster Movie Marathon continues all month long. That means you
rolls
guys
off the
get
tongue.
2 more
I don't think you said it right.
How is it?
MaJaMa in Pajamas Halloween Slumber Party Monster Movie Marathon Massacre.
Palooza.
Yes.
Okay.
TM.
TM.
I hope you guys are cuddled up on your couch to avoid the monsters with some special blankets. And
Or on your floor.
On your floor. Maybe a French bulldog is cuddled up with you. Maybe you got some popcorn.
Oh.
We want you to be cozy,
one here?
comfy, spooky, wooky, dookie, looky, hooky, poopy, moopy. We love you guys, and please come back next week for our continued Halloween jams in the pit. Oh, my back hurts.
MaJaMa.
We're carnivore and gay, just carnivore and gay. What a glorious feeling, we're carnivore and gay. We're laughing at the clouds, so dark up above. Your cock in my ass, and I'm ready for love.